My name is Calliope, daughter of the sky god Zeus, and muse of much renown. Sit here at my perfumed feet as my poem unfolds before you, an epic that springs from the depths of the sea and finds its end upon strange shores. For this is your story, the story of Argonus, son of Argus the shipbuilder and friend to Jason the hero. Our tale begins like many a sailor's story before it, with tragedy and a lilting song that carries from one dark wave to the next. Awaken. Book 1. The Blight. Acastus, the son of King Peleus and a lifelong consort, reaches in vain, his sun-baked flesh now that of ashen stone. This statue, if it could be called thus, is that of Hylas, a man whose hands brought ore to water not but a day ago. 'Tis the faithful Argo, her weathered hull rent, her stalwart crew scattered, dead or lost to the endless sea. A faint melody can be heard as the sea wind blows past her figurehead. This owl seems unaware of its preternatural perch, and unconcerned with the plight of a shipwrecked sailor. A frozen scream is etched upon the face of bewitched Typhus, helmsman of the Argo. Never again shall he foretell the rising of black waves. The death that haunts this isle did not spare even a child from its sorcerous wrath. Abundant with boughs of leaves, this mosaic appears to be made of limestone, and thus surprisingly light. This statue is of Amphitrite, queen of the sea. Sadly, the goddess did little to hinder the decimation that litters these rocky shallows. The water that flows from these rocks would keep even the most stalwart from discerning what lies beyond. This splintered plank is no doubt a victim of the sharp rocks that encircle this isle. This splintered plank is no doubt a victim of the sharp rocks that encircle this isle. The chalky fleece of this yew is wanting for a shearer's work. Whether spooked or merely provoked, the stallion launches itself from the cliffside before mighty wings carry it far above the awestruck sailor below. The bell-shaped flowers of this mandragora are common throughout the Isles of Greece. Nearly 200 men high, the massive bronze soldier stands silent, enthralled by the euphonious song rising from below. This statue is of Minos, the king of Crete and son of Zeus and Europa. Though salty mists shroud their form, there is no denying the women upon the rocks. For even from here, the lure of the siren's song is strong. An unseen hand forces Argonus from his feet and into a dense thicket skirting the stone path. A soothing voice murmurs in his ear as the sailor witnesses the passage of things only spoken of in tall tales, and even then, in whispers. "Be quiet for but a moment," the voice counsels. Once the otherworldly creatures fade from sight, Argonus pulls himself from the dust and gazes skyward. Before him, held aloft, is a handsome woman, replete with glory and power. How many times must fair Athena save one man? The immortal asks, her head tilted with uncommon grace, her eyes soft. Before words can form on Argonus's lips, she continues. "'Tis not a query to be answered so readily, sailor of the Argo. Shadows gather," she says. "There is a blight upon this isle. Have you not seen its handiwork? The flesh of your companions no longer flesh. Their bones, that of the earth." The woman's eyes drop. "I fear my own hand may have set these dire events into motion. For this, I will make amends. But know well, many of your brethren yet live, for I have seen them with my own eyes. Find them, Argonus of Crete, and as I did for your father before you, I shall provide a boat and passage from this isle. You have the word of fair Athena." Not a heartbeat later, the goddess is gone, and breath gladly returns to the sailor's lungs. No doubt struck by the hand of an Argonaut, the head of the Hydra lies lifeless, its flesh still warm to the touch. This isle is littered with such debris, broken reminders of man's folly. If not for its stone plight, this Methosian Hydra is like the one said to have been brought low by Heracles during his 12 labors. This wayfarer's spear is both a formidable weapon and a sailor's crutch. one can become extremely ill, consuming the berries from this black nightshade. While it appears to be chiseled from the same rock, this stone is set apart from the great statue that creates small ticks, like droplets of water, emanate from within this stone pedestal. Long, twisted necks adorn the pitted surface of this stone tablet. Finding a trinket such as this upon these shores, let alone within the boughs of this tree, must surely be a portent. Using the broken spear, Argonus plucks the necklace from its roost before laying it about his neck. This necklace is not unlike one that was worn by Peleus, the son of the great sea god himself. While man may have birthed this massive sculpture from the isle's bedrock, deep waters now embrace it as their own. Small ticks, like droplets of water, emanate from within this stone pedestal. One can become extremely ill, consuming the berries from this black nightshade. The head of a once giant stone statue lies half hidden in tall grass and underbrush. While it appears to be chiseled from the same rock, this stone is set apart from the great statue that cradles it. Light glints off this strange carved stone, half buried in the sand. "'Tis naught but a fisherman's net, set so the west winds can reach its sodden threads." Massive stone doors are cradled by the sheer cliff face. Though salty mists shroud their form, there is no denying the women upon the rocks. For even from here, the lure of the siren's song is strong. No doubt struck by the hand of an Argonaut, the head of the Hydra lies lifeless, its flesh still warm to the touch. The odd shape of this blue-grey stone gives nary a hint of its purpose. The stone drops neatly into the groove, and the great eye slowly moves, revealing a hidden passageway. An intricate carving of a fish betrays which god inhabits the temple beyond. This woman was no doubt on her way to pay tribute within the temple. Her last moments of horror remain etched upon her face. Ancient tome in hand, this priest was caught unawares and is now made of the same stone as the carved god behind him. Painstakingly carved by the pious, reliefs such as this can be found in any temple from here to Lurcia. Unlike the unearthly statuary that inhabit this isle, this towering statue of Poseidon shows the workmanship of a master sculptor's hand. Removing the necklace, Argonus holds it before the statue, praying silently that Poseidon recognizes it and grants audience to a weary wayfarer. The great sea god does not disappoint. Within seconds, marble shudders, foundations shake, and the heart of Argonus is quickened. The Lord of all waters speaks.
Who would call upon Poseidon, only to be found wanting of tribute or song?
Poseidon stretches forth his arm.
Where are my consorts and vassals? Look about you. You may seek them, but they will not be found. They have deserted me, forsaken me in this darkest of hours. And who has set loose the scourge that you have borne witness? Athena's puppet, the son of Danae and Zeus himself.
The sea god pauses for a moment, taking measure of the sailor before him.
Yet, even so, my anger is not fit to be laid upon the shoulders of my bondservants, let alone set upon one whose necklace bears my mark. Leave me to my grief and seek me no more. I have opened a way for you. Take it if you wish, or abandon it. It matters little.
The statue of the sea god turns his gaze away from the sailor and speaks no more. This stone is bereft of markings, offering no explanation for the small depression set into its surface. The yellow light it emits is curious. This stone is bereft of markings, offering no explanation for the small depression set into its surface. The yellow light it emits is curious.